In today's video, we'll be breaking down the best credit cards in Australia. We'll be going through who they're for, the value that you get, and how to use them properly so you're not leaving thousands of points on the table. And if you're new here, hi, welcome, I'm Queenie, and I share all things personal finance on this channel. I have a license to give general financial advice and general credit advice, but keep in mind this advice is general and it doesn't take into account your personal situation. You can read my financial services guide and credit guide in the description. This video was also recorded on the 29th of January, so by the time you're watching this video, some of these offers may have changed. So always double check before applying. So grab a drink of your choice. I'm drinking matcha today and let's dive in. I've been using points for the past almost 10 years now and I've used them for so many things. I did a round the world trip a few years ago, which was honestly one of the best use of my points ever. I highly recommend doing something like that if you do have a big stash of Qantas points. And I've also used it quite recently to fly business class with Air France and business class with Emirates as well. And I'm hoping one day to be able to fly first class with my points. And very quickly, before we dive into the points, I'll share my general strategy about collecting points. I have an American Express which I use for most of my daily purchases because they usually have higher earn rates and really strong travel perks. But I also like to keep a backup Visa or MasterCard credit card because some places don't accept Amex and some places also charge higher fees for Amex cards. So in those cases, I'll use my Visa or MasterCard credit card. And I'm also looking to get a new one with no foreign exchange fees, and I've put some on this list. I also make sure that I pay off the full balance owing on my credit card on time every single month so I'm not charged any interest, because paying any interest on a credit card basically negates any savings that I'm earning through earning points. So I always make sure that I pay them back and I don't get into debt with it. So the first credit card is the American Express Explorer card. This card has a $395 annual fee, but you also get a $400 travel credit which offsets the annual fee. At the moment, you can receive 50,000 bonus membership rewards points when you spend $4,000 on your card within the first 3 months, but T's and C's do apply. These 50,000 membership rewards points can be transferred to many different partner programs, including Velocity, Singapore Airlines, and more. And 50,000 membership rewards points is equivalent to roughly 25,000 Velocity points, which is enough to give you a return domestic economy flight or a one-way business class flight to somewhere like Fiji. You also get 2 complimentary entries to the Centurion Lounge at Sydney or Melbourne Airport, and it also comes with complimentary domestic and international travel insurance. This card was one of the first credit cards that I ever got, and overall I think it's good value for money, especially if you are earning points on your card and you do make sure that you use that travel credit. The value can definitely outweigh the annual fee. And with this card, you can earn 2 points per dollar spent on purchases excluding government bodies in Australia, and at government bodies in Australia, you can earn 1 point per dollar spent. The interest rate on this credit card is really high at 23.99%, and this is why it's so important to make sure that you're paying off the full balance each month on time so you're not charged this high interest rate, because any perks that you get from using your credit card basically gets cancelled out as soon as you start paying interest. And if you want to learn more about this card, I've got a link in the description below. It is a referral link, so by using this link, you'll be supporting my content, but it doesn't cost you anything extra and I would really appreciate it. So the next credit card is the Bank West Qantas Frequent Flyer credit card. A really amazing perk about this card is there are no foreign transaction fees. It also comes with complimentary travel insurance. With this card, you can earn up to 80,000 bonus Qantas points when you spend $7,500 on eligible purchases within the first 90 days. But you must also keep your card open for at least 15 months. The thing that I like about this card is the annual fee is quite low as well at $199. You can also earn 0.6 Qantas points per dollar spent on the first $2,500 and then 0.3 points thereafter. The earn rate for this card isn't super high, but the annual fee is low and they don't have foreign exchange fees, which is a plus. And another perk is that it's a MasterCard, which means it's accepted pretty much everywhere. So I think it's a really great companion card to an Amex card so that you can make sure that you're earning points at many more places. So the next card is the ANZ Rewards Platinum card. With this card, you can earn up to 80,000 bonus Velocity points and $50 back with your new ANZ Rewards Platinum card. So you'll basically get 60,000 bonus Velocity points and $50 back on your new card when you spend $3,500 on eligible purchases within the first 3 months. And then you'll also get an extra 20,000 bonus Velocity points when you keep the card for over 15 months. A really great benefit of this card is it has a really low annual fee of $149 and a pretty high amount of points for the annual fee that you're paying. With this card, you can earn 1.5 ANZ rewards points per dollar spent, up to and including $2,000. And then after you spend $2,000, you'll earn 0.5 ANZ rewards points per dollar spent. The interest rate on this credit card is 20.99% per year on purchases, which is really high, and that's why it's so important to make sure that you're paying off the full balance before the interest-free period, so you're not paying any interest. You also get extra perks like purchase protection, extended warranty insurance, and up to 44 days interest-free on purchases. There's also a 24/7 personal concierge, which can help with bookings, reservations, and gift ideas. So overall, I think this is a really solid card if you're looking to earn velocity points and you don't want to pay a high annual fee compared to some of the other premium credit cards. And if you want to check out this card for yourself, I have a link in the description below. So the next card is the American Express Platinum card. This card has the most expensive annual fee on this list, but the perks can be really good too if you use them. The annual fee for this card is $1,450, but you get 200,000 bonus membership rewards points when you spend $5,000 on eligible purchases within the first 3 months. One of my favorite things about the Amex Platinum card is it gives you a lot of flexibility in how you use your points. This is one of the only American Express branded credit cards that you can transfer to Qantas and Velocity and Singapore Airlines and many different airline partners. So it does give you more flexibility compared with a lot of other cards. 200,000 membership rewards points will give you roughly 100,000 Qantas points or 100,000 Velocity points. And it also does have a really high earn rate on your spending. You can earn 2.25 points per dollar spent on purchases outside of government bodies, and for purchases at government bodies, you can earn 1 point per dollar spent. One thing that's different about the American Express Platinum card is it's not actually a credit card, it's a charge card. The main difference between a credit card and a charge card is a charge card basically requires you to pay off the full balance each month. Charge cards also come with flexible spending power, and there's also no preset spending limit. So it's really important to make sure that you are paying off the full balance owing each month on time with your charge card. So here are some of the benefits of using this card. You get a $450 travel credit every year, and you can also get up to $400 in dining credits. You can get up to $200 in dining credits at participating restaurants in Australia and $200 at participating restaurants overseas. I personally got the American Express Platinum card last year, and I wanted to see what it was like using this card and if it's actually worth the annual fee. We used our dining credit at Sake in Sydney and Candlenut in Singapore, and there are heaps of other restaurants that you can use your dining credit at. For example, Bar Toddy's, Aria, Bentley Restaurant, Benelong, Catalina, Chin Chin, and more. But it's really important that you do double check the participating locations list because this dining credit only applies to some restaurants. And for the dining credit overseas, there are heaps of different countries that you can use this dining credit on, including Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, New Zealand, Taiwan, Thailand, and also other places in Europe and North and South America. But it is also important that you double check that the restaurant you're looking at going to is actually included in this program on their website. One of the best benefits of using the American Express Platinum card is you get access to so many different airport lounges. With this card, you can access 1,400 different airport lounges in more than 140 different countries, including the Centurion lounges, and you also get a Priority Pass membership, which allows you to access the Priority Pass lounges. And this is really handy, especially if you're in an airport that doesn't have a Centurion lounge. Last year, I used the Priority Pass membership so many times because I traveled quite a lot. I used it at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different airport lounges, and I was able to get access to the lounge not only for myself but also my partner and our baby as well. So if the average cost of a Priority Pass lounge visit per person is about 50 Australian dollars, that means that I saved about $1,200 on lounge visits just from using this card. It's a really great perk to have, especially if you are someone who travels quite a lot. You can save quite a lot of money by not having to buy overpriced airport food. Another really amazing perk is you get a complimentary All Accor Plus Explorer membership valued at $349. This membership allows you to book 2 Stay Plus complimentary nights each year, but each complimentary night must be booked in conjunction with a paid night. And you also get 30% off dining and 15% off drinks. You also get all Accor Gold status with bonus 30 status nights. I used this Accor Plus membership last year and it was really good. We used our complimentary night at the Sofitel in Melbourne, and we were able to dine at the Sofitel restaurant and save money on food. And it was actually cheaper dining at their fancy French restaurant than it was to go out in Melbourne and eat at a pretty average casual restaurant. So this All Accor Plus membership can really come in handy, especially if you are someone who loves to travel a lot. You also get complimentary comprehensive travel insurance for you, your partner, and your dependent children when you pay for a return trip on your card. Some of the covers included are trip cancellation and amendment cover, travel inconvenience cover, public transport accident cover, personal baggage, valuables, money and travel documents cover, medical emergencies expenses cover, and personal accident cover. But T's and C's do apply, so it's important to read the PDS. If you're flying domestically within Australia, you can even use the Virgin lounges with the American Express Platinum card. There are so many different lounges you can use with this card, so it's honestly pretty amazing. You also get Hotel Elite status, and you'll be fast-tracked into the higher tiers of leading hotel loyalty programs around the world, including Hilton Honors Gold status, Marriott Bonvoy, and Radisson Rewards Premium status. So this card is really expensive. Is it actually worth it? I personally do think it's worth it, but only if you're somebody who travels quite a lot every year and you use all of these travel perks. If you're someone that doesn't travel a lot each year, say travels less than 5 times per year, then this card may not be worth it. But if you are someone who travels quite often and likes to use airport lounges, it could be worth it. And if you want to check out this card for yourself, I've got a link in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything extra to use my link, but you'll be supporting my content and I would really appreciate it. So the next card is the NAB Rewards Platinum card. This is a solid all-rounder card if you want flexible rewards points without having to pay for a high annual fee. With this card, you can earn up to 100,000 bonus NAB rewards points when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days and keep your card open for over 12 months, which is enough for about $450 in gift cards. The annual fee for this card is $195, and with this card, you can earn 1 NAB point for every $1 spent on everyday purchases, and you can even earn 1.5 points per dollar spent on any eligible grocery store. But keep in mind, the 100,000 bonus points will be awarded on a tiered basis. You get 80,000 bonus points when you spend $3,000 in the first 90 days, plus 20,000 bonus points when you keep your card open for 12 months, and 2 NAB rewards points per dollar spent at Webjet. You also get complimentary international travel insurance and a 24/7 NAB concierge service. The good thing about this card is it's quite flexible with how you can use your rewards points, and it also has a pretty low annual fee. So it's a solid card if you do want to earn flexible rewards points without having to pay a high annual fee. And if you want to check out this card for yourself, I've got a link in the description below. So the next credit card is the Qantas American Express Ultimate card. With this card, you can earn up to 100,000 bonus Qantas points. So you get 70,000 bonus Qantas points when you spend $5,000 on eligible purchases within the first 3 months, plus an additional 30,000 bonus Qantas points when you spend at least $1 on your card within 90 days of paying your second year annual fee. But T's and C's do apply. The annual fee for this card is $450, but you also get a $450 Qantas travel credit every year, which offsets the annual fee. The interest rate for this card is quite high at 23.99%, so that's why it's really important to make sure you are paying off the full balance before the interest-free period, so no interest is charged. The earn rate for this card is quite decent. You can earn 2.25 Qantas points per dollar spent on eligible Qantas products and services, and you also earn 1.25 Qantas points on everyday purchases, except at government bodies where you'll earn 0.5 Qantas points per dollar spent. And after a total of 100,000 Qantas points is earned in a calendar year, the everyday earn rate will change from 1.25 to 1 Qantas point per dollar spent. With this card, you can get 2 complimentary entries to the Centurion lounges, plus 2 Qantas Club Lounge invitations each year after purchasing select Qantas products and services. Your points will be transferred into your Qantas frequent flyer account each month. You could fly from Sydney to Queenstown economy return for 2 people from 72,400 Qantas points, plus taxes, fees and carrier charges. You could also fly from Melbourne to Los Angeles economy one way for one person for 48,200 Qantas points, plus taxes, fees and carrier charges, or fly from the Gold Coast to Sydney economy return for 4 people from 45,600 Qantas points, plus taxes, fees and carrier charges. But please note that these amounts are subject to change. Another great benefit of this card is you'll get complimentary travel insurance, including things like medical emergency expenses, public transport accident cover, trip cancellation and amendment, loss or damage to baggage, money or documents, travel inconvenience and more. And your purchases on this card are protected with things like card purchase cover, card refund cover, fraud protection guarantee, emergency card replacement cover, and more. And if you want to check out this card for yourself, I've got a link in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything to use my link, but you'll be supporting my content and I'd really appreciate it. And the next card is the American Express Velocity Platinum card. With this card, you can earn up to 100,000 bonus velocity points, which is made up of 70,000 bonus velocity points when you spend $5,000 on eligible purchases within the first 3 months, plus an additional 30,000 bonus velocity points when you spend a minimum of $1 on your card within 90 days of paying for your second annual fee. But T's and C's do apply. The annual fee for this card is $440, but you do get a complimentary annual domestic flight each year, which could offset the annual fee. The interest rate on this card is really high at 23.99% per year, so that's why it's really important to make sure you're paying off the full balance owing before the interest-free period, so you don't have to pay any interest. With this card, you can earn 2.25 velocity points on eligible purchases within Virgin Australia per dollar spent, and 1.25 velocity points per dollar spent on card purchases except at government bodies. You'll earn 0.5 velocity points on purchases at government bodies in Australia per dollar spent. A really great benefit of this card is you'll get Virgin Australia lounge access every time you fly domestically with Virgin Australia. So that means you can potentially get unlimited lounge access as long as you are flying with Virgin Australia. You can also get up to 100 bonus velocity status credits when you spend $25,000 on eligible purchases each membership year, and a further 50 status credits when you spend another $25,000 in the same membership year. You also get 2 complimentary guest lounge passes each year and complimentary domestic and international travel insurance for you, your partner, and your dependent children when you pay for your return trip on your card. Some of the covers include things like medical emergency expenses, public transport accident cover, trip cancellation and amendment cover, and more. But T's and C's do apply, so it's important to read the PDS. You also get some buyer protection with this card, including things like card purchase cover, card refund cover, fraud protection guarantee, emergency card replacements, and more. And if you would like to check out this card for yourself, I've got a link in the description below. It doesn't cost you anything to use my link, but you'll be supporting my content and I'd really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching this video all the way through. Your secret code word is points. So write us a comment with the word points in it just so we know you watched this video all the way through. Thank you. Bye.